All right, everyone who is here, welcome to today's discussion. Is another platform, not my personal platform now. This is Wholeness Africa platform. Um, I'm going to be sharing this video, and I want you to help me also share, invite people, invite those who are supposed to follow us and be part of this discussion. I will be having a very important and interesting discussion with Dr. Sunday Adelaja today, right on Wholeness Africa Initiative page. So I will be sharing this video with people, with everyone who need to join us right now. So what I want you to also do for me is to help us share. All right, click that share. If you are joining, just write something in the comment box and let me know if you can hear me, if this audio is clear enough. It's going to be an interesting discussion today with Dr. Sunday Adelaja, right here from Belgium. We are going to be talking about a very important topic that I call the politics of Ibilukan. So it's another moment of a very, very interesting discussion. I know many people may be waiting for me on my personal account. I didn't go on that personal account. We are live on Wholeness Africa Initiative. And if you are listening to me, kindly help me share it to every of your contacts so that they can join and be part of the discussion this evening. All right, let's share this video. Let's invite as many as possible. Let's bring on people to be part of the discussion right now. I'm waiting to hear somebody commenting, writing something in the comment box, and let me know you can hear me. If my audio is clear, you can hear me clearly, and my face is very clear. Just write something in the comment. Give me understanding that you can hear me, and then the voice, the video, everything is clear. So please write something in the comment. Let me know if you can hear me, and that will give me an understanding that I am not just talking to myself. I could see some people right here joining. I also want to welcome you to this program. If you are there, write something so I will be able to see your name. Okay, what are we discussing today? We are going to be talking about something very important that I think it will be of benefit to you and to everyone who will end up watching this video either in the latter day. And that's what we are going to be talking about. Is about Nigeria and Nigerian politics. So, but then, how can you be part of this? How can you contribute to make this become something that everyone is aware of and they are able to be part of this? I want you to do me a favor. Help me to share this video. Help me to invite as many as possible. Let's have this discussion rolling. So right now we are getting started. And I really want you to help me out in sharing this video to groups, platforms, wherever you may belong, that we have other people to join us. We want to ask Dr. Sunday some critical questions that addresses some of the things he himself has be part of, or let me say he has given his voice to it. And then, I titled today's discussion on the politics of Ibilukan politics. And Nigerians today will agree with me, there is a hunger in the land. And the Pastor Sunday was one of those that I would say was very, very upfront. I remember he was writing articles every day, the day of Tinubu, when we had to vote, cast our vote. Pastor, you are writing articles showing us why Tinubu we win. And now, I want to ask you, are you proud? Are you proud of your decision right now?
that is one of the most, that is one of the decisions that I'm most proud of in my life. That I became a part of those people that campaigned for Tinubu and for Buhari.
Why would you say that?
If you want to,
I want you to use this because you will be talking more, and I want people to hear you very, very well.
okay, do you want me to talk more about Buhari or Tinubu?
No, let me start from the party that you have been voicing yourself and giving your support for them.
Okay.
And generally, so we have had two presidents from them, and the situation of Nigeria is not palatable for the citizen.
Yes.
And you said you are proud of being part of this.
Yes.
How would you defend such? Because I want to say, you may have 1,200 reasons why you are part of them, but there is only one language that the masses understand. How much is Gary in the market? How much is yam? How much is pepper? That's all. That is the language that is clear to the masses. You may begin to look at so I want to understand. Maybe I need to let you know.
Don't lean on this.
Okay. Maybe I need to let you know the cost of living or buying common food in Nigeria right now. Peradventure, you understand what I'm trying to say.
No, that doesn't make any sense. I have an idea.
So why will you be proud of this kind of government?
First of all, it is difficult to discuss and to talk with people who have their eyes who have their sight in their eyes.
Sight. Okay, they are carried away by what you see.
It is difficult to discuss with people who have their sights
in their eyes.
In their eyes.
How do you mean?
These are people who judge reality by what they see.
Okay.
I would rather like to debate and talk with people who have their eyes or their sight not in their eyes, but who have their eyes in their head rather than in their eyes.
Okay, but then the population, let's look at the population of people you are talking about that have their sight in their mind or in their head. They could be like 0.5% of our population. And 99.5% of the people are suffering. So there is a need to be able to come down to their level and show them what they could not see with their eyes, while we also show you what peradventure those who have their mind, who have their eyes their sight in their mind, could not also see.
Okay. I've not even started answering the question.
Okay.
I only gave a prelude to my answer. So it is difficult to discuss with people who have their eyes, their sight in their eyes, and it's even more difficult to explain anything to people who are driven by sentiment instead of by reasons. So debate or reasoning or trying to argue my point to any of those categories of people in Nigeria will be a waste of time. Yet, I will attempt to do so even for the 1% that might have the ability to reason out with me.
Before we go, everyone watching this video right now, this is a very critical discussion. And I think you need to help me call people to come because we have to understand these things so clearly. I'm not live on my personal profile. I deliberately came here so that we can spread it wider than having it on my personal. But then I want to be sure you can hear us. Our voice is clear. So drop a comment and let me see if our voice is clear or not. Go ahead, sir.
So when we talk about the reason why I supported APC, the two APC candidates, Mohamed Buhari and Tinubu, it is not because I'm a member of that party. No, I was supporting them on individual basis, based on their pedigrees, on their personal achievements, and on their capabilities. If at the time when Buhari came, if Nigeria had not supported Buhari and the country had been allowed to keep on going in the direction that it was going under Jonathan, the situation in Nigeria would have been likened to that of Venezuela by now, or that of Zimbabwe. It would have been likened to a country whereby there will be no future. It would have been totally scattered. I know that personally, for me, Buhari underperformed. And he performed abysmally below my expectation. And I think he let down a lot of people that trusted in him. But still, it was a stabilizing factor. At that point in time, if he had not come in, this suffering that we are talking about now would have been multiplied by 100. If we were in the same state, economical state with Venezuela when Buhari came in. But look at where we are now. Look at where Venezuela is. So now let's come to Tinubu. So why will I support Tinubu when the prices are going up? I support Tinubu because unlike Buhari, that was a stabilizing factor. I see Tinubu more as a builder of the future Nigeria, of the tomorrow of Nigeria.
Okay.
It might not be the Moses that will take us to the promised land, but it will lay the foundation. It will not be the Joshua that will take us, that will step into the promised land with us, take us to the promised land, but it will lay the foundation for the promised land just like Moses did. It will bring us out of Egypt, but it will not lead us to the promised land. Those are two different things. Now, another reason why I don't regret my support for Tinubu and my support for Buhari is because at the particular time, at the moment in time, there was no other better candidate who could have won other than those people. Those people were the best at the time. During the time of...
Please, sorry for cutting your thoughts, because something has to be cleared so that we will be able to know the direction you are going to. Do you mean who could have won or who could have performed better?
Who could have won.
So there are other candidates who could have performed better than him, but they don't have any chance of winning.
Maybe. But if you don't win, there is nothing to talk about, even if you could perform. That is why it is politics. That is why it's a game. And if you don't win, it doesn't matter what genius you are. If you cannot put together a structure to win an election, you are useless, in politics at least. Go and prove yourself first. So when we're talking about Buhari, at the time, the only other person who could have won would have been Atiku. And from what I know, Atiku would have led Nigeria to even a worse state than Jonathan. So what we are saying now, even though Buhari had underperformed, but he has brought a certain level of sanity. Before he came, people used to go to Aso Rock with Ghana must go back. People used to go to Central Bank of Nigeria to just collect money without any responsibility. They would have damned and condemned the country. So that is what. So the only option we had on the table that time was Atiku or Buhari, and Buhari was the only other option that could that could have won, that will do better for the country, in my own opinion, than Atiku. The other people that were there who could have maybe performed well, to reasonably, maybe by some arguments, could be people like the young generation of politicians, Showore, Mogalu, Fashua, and Fela, and all kinds of people. But they couldn't even come back to form a united front. They couldn't even agree among themselves. They cannot rule a nation. They couldn't even rule their own party. Someone like Showore, for example, his party was divided upon, his house was falling upon his own head. Talk less of Nigeria. So forget. They are still children. They have to grow up. So we cannot handle the country the country over to people like that. Then when it comes to the time of Tinubu now, who else could have performed better than Tinubu? Some people said maybe Peter Obi, but I don't buy the argument because I don't see the work that Peter Obi has done in his life. Peter Obi is 60 years old and I can't see the result of his life. Whereby I see the result of Tinubu's life everywhere, not just in Lagos State. So what made me to support Tinubu this time is precedence, is track record. The track record of Tinubu is like 10 times better that of Peter Obi. Like now, somebody who was like Peter Obi, who came to power unexpectedly in Kenya, was Ruto or whatever they call him. Now, after he was popular, he popularly won the election. He was a young man, popular guy. But being popular on media and something is not the same as governance. Now they want him to resign, not even finishing his first term, because things are worse. So Tinubu is a blessing to Nigeria. Yes, things will be difficult in the beginning, and he kept on saying it. Things will be difficult in the beginning before it gets better. But it's not because it's Tinubu that made things difficult. It is not because it is Buhari that made things difficult. What we are seeing is a decadence of 60 years of a nation. Yes.
The language that the masses hear is not that things will be worse and it will get better. Mm-hmm. The language the masses understood is that even if things will be worse, the governors, the people in power who say we have a plan for you should live by the example. By letting people know we are not living outrageously in the midst of worst. Of course, Nigerians are reasonable people. We all want a better country and a good nation. But in the case where you say, I am taking you somewhere, it could be very difficult, and this is exactly what we had over Buhari. That Buhari may not follow us to the promised land, but he will lay the foundation.
He did.
He didn't lay any foundation.
He laid.
If he had laid foundation, Tinubu shouldn't come into power, and we are back to this where we are.
Buhari laid a good foundation in the sense of bringing stability to the country. He brought the country from minus, from a place of going down to a place of stability. From there, Tinubu can now build. But you are talking about hunger. That's the language that the masses understand. Well, it's the same thing as saying you are repeating the words of the children of Israel when they said, give us the cucumber and the garlic. We used to have that in Egypt. But they forget that Egypt is a place of slavery and oppression and torture. So it is easy to say the price of rice, the price of beans, the price of this. Then it means you are ready to exchange your destiny, future, because of today's comfort. Grown-up people shouldn't reason like that.
No.
And
No, sir.
people who are saying the price of this, the price of rice, the price of that, as the measurement, as the sole measurement for governance, is either because they are children or they are not reasonable. You say Nigerians are reasonable people. I don't agree.
I want to explain
I
what
think
I mean by reasonable people.
I think only less than 10% of Nigerians are reasonable.
Let me explain what I mean by reasonable people. Nigerians are reasonable people because if Nigerians notice that you want us to go this way, and you are the one that took the route first. I'll give you an example. When Fashola came to Lagos, Lagos does not even know what's called discipline. At the period when Fashola came, if your car got spoiled, you can just park it by the side of the road and go. And they can come back later to come and repair it there, and they hold traffic because of you. Everything was not organized. When Fashola came, he came with some stringent laws. Laws that so stringent. He first and foremost, you know what he did? He collapsed, he brought down his own parent house. He destroyed his own parent house because they needed to do something there and the house is obstructing. He went and destroyed his own parent mosque. His own community, where the mosque where all his people, they are praying. He himself was praying there. He brought it down. When he made a law that you should not take this BRT lane, you will not find him there. Now, that is exactly what I mean when I say, if we are going down the drain, or let me say, if the economy need to be this way for us to rise up again, and the government show evidence of empathy, not sympathy, to be in the shoe of the people, they will not renovate a house of vice president with 19 point something billion naira. In the means when the civil servants are asking them to give them increase in their wages. Senators, executive will not buy cars with bulletproof. If they really mean that we are taking this country somewhere, they should also live by showing it that it's going to be tough and we are with you on this. But there's no evidence they care. So the people are saying, hunger is in the land. If we need to suffer this hunger, why are you not suffering it with us? They don't pay for food, they don't pay for rent, they don't pay for clothes, they don't pay for shoes, they don't pay for fueling, they don't pay for anything. Instead, they get allowance for reading a newspaper. And could this be a government you think you want to side them?
There is much more to governance than what you are talking about. I would not support the extravagance and the excesses of governors and government in all those things. That I also am appalled by those things, but those things go beyond just what you could demand from Tinubu. Tinubu, for example, cannot command the National Assembly or the Senate or the House of Representatives that they have to cut their salaries. It doesn't have that power in the Constitution. That is why when you say Nigerians are reasonable people, maybe some, but most are not. Even people who say they are educated, they will be saying why Tinubu is not cutting the salaries of senators. But if they are reasonable enough, they should just read the Constitution and find out that he doesn't have the power to do that. Even the things that Nigerians are complaining about in their states or local government or something like that, schools, roads, or things like this, or prices of things, some of them don't relate to what the federal government should do. Some of them are supposed to be done or dealt by the state government, state governors, and local government. So the governance is much more complex than one person, the way Nigerians always take it. So, but you said Fashola came and led by example. and destroy this, destroy that. But I know and I see Nigerians that they oppose to any kind of order or any kind of stringent rules like you are talking about. I remember when El Rufai was in Abuja and he was making order, bringing things and destroying things. People were accusing him of all kinds of things. Because Nigerians don't like order. I wrote an article about does Nigeria want to be like Singapore? And I gave examples of what Singapore looks like. And Singapore is built on discipline. There is no one Nigerian who has read that article and said, we want this. After reading those articles, every Nigerian said, no, we don't want, let us just be the way we are. Just leave us like this. We don't want that. We want the result of Singapore, but
we don't want
we don't want those other ones. We don't want the rules. It is same Nigerians who are elite and educated though. I'm not talking about the ones who are not educated. They say, no, how can that is rubbish. For example, if you cross the road in the wrong place, like the ones we are coming here to see in Europe, okay, if you throw, it's $1,000.
$1,000.
Yes. So in Nigeria, everybody will be in prison in Nigeria if you do a law like that. Or if you chew chewing gum in public. It's 50 naira punishment.
50?
Yes. If you take selfie and another person appear in your something without his permission, it is jail term. If you lie and anybody caught you, it's $2,000. Nigeria is not ready. We are not ready for what civilization means. We are not ready for discipline. It is not the government alone. It is the citizens. The citizens, if any government tries that in Nigeria, it is the end for it. The people will arise and overcome and overthrow.
I don't want to agree with you there.
Okay.
I will not agree with you on this because why I say I will not agree is that first, government as a custodians of law in the society, they are shadowed with the responsibility of making laws and order, and they ensure that people will obey them. And I keep on saying it. Our government will come to say, we meant well for you. And one thing that kept on making Nigerians, and Nigerians, I see that when I hear what people say, and I do say it, Nigerians are not saying we are not ready. But when you ask me not to eat in the breakfast, that let us take your breakfast money so that we can use it to do this. And then I see you are not just eating breakfast. You are eating a luxurious breakfast with your own family. Asking me to deprive my own family, my own children, my own wife, every of my family member, and deprive them because of their future. But you are not doing the same thing.
Nobody is telling you that.
I'm giving an example.
No, but that is not true. That example is not true.
It's true.
It's not.
It's true, Jesse.
Nobody determines in Nigeria.
Can I give an example? When Tinubu came, he said subsidy is going. It's a breakfast that is meant for Nigeria to be eating. That subsidize how much we buy fuel in filling stations, being sponsored by government. He said, let me remove this subsidy to prevent stealing. The subsidy was removed. He said, it is high time we stop defending dollars. That no longer will he allow dollars to be defended, that dollar has to be sold equally in the I agree totally. These are the right policies, that things that will help us, but it comes with consequences. It didn't stop there. Electricity tariff has been increased. These are three major things that is subsidizing the cost of productions in our country. What should be the response of government towards such policy that people will say, what they are doing is showing that they are committed? Instead of them to also show that we also are going to be part of this suffering, because these are the major three things that cause the suffering we're having now. If I need to move my pepper from Kaduna to Lagos before with 5,000 naira, now I need to pay 25,000 to bring it. that will land on the pepper itself. If before I need to move my onions, if I need to produce something with this amount of electricity, now I'm paying this amount. These three things are supposed to be that's been subsidized, which I agree totally. We cannot continue to subsidize them. But the response of the present government does not prove to us that they meant what they said they want to do for us.
First of all, nobody determines what anybody eats in his house.
I give example.
No government does that.
I give example.
And I will give example too. No government determines that. Even the government people and the senators and things that and people like that that will say they are eating good, excellent food in their homes and they are robust and things, and why Nigerians are suffering. We are not practicing socialism. So in socialism or communism is when the government determines how what you eat and everybody has to be equal. In Nigeria is a capitalist society. Nobody determines, no government determines who is good, who is bad. Everything depends on your labor. Everything depends on your efforts. Everybody, every single person in Nigeria determines its own future. Your future is in your hand, not in the hand of government. Until Nigerians realize that they determine their own destiny, they will cry it tomorrow and nothing will come to their aid. The government should never decide for them, for anybody. For example, I have a cousin, maybe you know Mr. Bode. You don't know Mr. Bode?
I've called him before. No,
okay, yeah, but you know there is someone like that. Okay, he was also, when this thing started, he was also writing me, oh, the price of this has increased to this, the price of that has increased to that. When we have not eaten bread in this house, we have not eaten this in this house, for this egg is no more something, this one is luxury. He kept on writing me every week, what is wrong, exactly what you are saying now. They have increased it. When hunger came proper, so his food and he doesn't have job and something. He has business, but his business is not working and things. Hunger came and overcame him. He ran to Ibadan Road or Ibadan, whatever, Redeem area, that area. Yes, that area. And I don't know how he did it. He negotiated with some local people there to give him land to farm, 2 acres or 4 acres or something. He went there and hired some Hausa people to plant cassava. 3 months later, he wrote me and said, Pastor, we Nigerians, we are too lazy. I said, what do you mean we are too lazy? He said, 3 months I've been farming. And before then, he's 50 something years like me, the same year. Before then, I was waiting for business to come, things to just come, but not farming. Farming he is having 2 masters or something. He's educated. And now, how can he go to farm? He's in Lagos. No farm even in Lagos. But when hunger visited, I don't know how he found the land. He found his way to land, to the ground, and started planting cassava. He said in 3 months, he has made, how much did he say he made? Is it 20 million naira? Or so, from farming. He said, now I understand that it is laziness. He said, nobody should suffer in this country if everybody will do like he has done. He has been the one who was complaining before. Now he's no more complaining because he can afford it. He said, just farm. He said he could have planted, even cocoyam, some things on there, apart from, he only planted cassava. He said, apart from cassava, he could do cocoyam, he could do some other things he was mentioning. He said, what about if I have done the rest? He said, I will be switching me in money. He said, He said, so agriculture, and land is there. He said, what? It doesn't even cost anything to do cassava. It was harvested and it's actually having millions. Somebody that couldn't afford bread for his family. And everybody is hearing about farm, will go to farm, everybody's neglecting it. Because nobody wants to work. We just want to complain and point finger, accusing finger. Nobody determines what you get. It is you who determine what you get with your own hard work and proactiveness.
But let's talk about nobody determine what I get. I'll give you an example of what I have buy in the market is determined by several factors. What is the cost of production of this thing?
It doesn't matter what is the cost of production if I make enough money. You see, in the same Nigeria, there are
How do
young
you
people.
make money in Nigeria?
Okay, there are young people who are in their 20s who are making more money than me in Europe, in Nigeria.
Sure.
So how do they make money? And they are not Yahoo boys.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And there are younger people, there are even people who are younger than me or who are older than me who are still making it in Nigeria.
Sure.
Who are even sending their, money to their parents on holidays. They themselves go on holiday. In Nigeria also, in that same Nigeria, where they have the same price of oil, the same price for fuel, the same increase. The dollar also has increased upon their head. The same country they are living there. And they are living better than all of us in Europe here.
So
it is not because Nigeria is what determines the factor, is the only factor that determines what you are going to succeed or fail. The most important factor is still on the individual. So how do we make it in Nigeria? Ask them how they make it. If I watch Nigerian television and I watch Nigerian social media, I'm surprised sometimes that wow. But some people we also are bent on pointing accusing finger at the government, not taking responsibility on themselves.
I don't know why I'm not seeing comments. Perhaps nobody's talking or the comment is not showing. Maybe I'll press something that is because I really want to. Because I know people have been dropping a lot of questions here. Let me type something here and see if it will come up. I know some people will have been typing a lot of questions here. See, it didn't show. Okay. Greetings, Israel Balogun. Thank you. Okay. Now I'm seeing some people. You see that? I can see. I don't know why it was not showing before. Now is that Tinubu is okay. Tinubu is talking of buying yachts. Thank you, my people. I wanted to bring all these ones out. Tinubu is talking about yachts and private jets when the people are suffering. So, Pastor, I'll be taking one by one. Now I'm seeing. I know that people will have been dropping comments, but I wasn't seeing them. So I was telling you about if you want me to forfeited my breakfast. The reason why I'm
let's talk about the yacht.
That's where I'm going to.
Yeah.
I just give you an example. That's why it's like an example. So government wanted to say, look, the fueling subsidy, let's remove the money. The electricity, let's remove the money.
Yes.
Let's remove the money.
Yes.
And that bans and landed people where we are today.
Okay.
The same government is talking about buying yachts.
Yes.
I mean, who does that?
Normal people do that.
No, not in a country like whose economy is in this shamble.
I will tell you why.
Please tell me, sir.
Tinubu is not to blame for that. And that is the problem of Nigerians. When you say Nigerians are reasonable, I say Nigerians are not reasonable. When they remove the subsidy and they remove they gave the free flow of dollar, did the government gain money or not?
He gave it.
Of course, gain. Did they gain more money?
They gain?
They gain more money. That money, did they distribute it to states or not?
They do.
Of course. States were receiving like 500 billion before. States started receiving 1.2, 1.5 billion. I mean, trillion per state, right? Different states, different things. So it has tripled the income that every state government receives. So is those money that are going to states distributed? Are they for who? Are they not for citizens?
Yeah.
Why is it not reflecting on citizens? Those are the questions we should be asking. So if the federal government had removed those subsidies and they didn't give those money to states and to local governments and just keep them and buying yachts, then you could say this was wicked. But if it has given them to people who are supposed to be representing the people and they are not getting to the people, then the people themselves should think who they should attack. That's number one. So you are saying the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is thinking of buying private jet and a yacht. And you think that is bad? Let me now tell you that today, as we are talking right now, maybe every month there is a Nigerian, ordinary, not federal government, a Nigerian, single Nigerian that buys a yacht. Every day, maybe not every day, every month,
from his own business money.
From his own business money. Every year, every month, there is another Nigerian that buys jets. Maybe 10 Nigerians buy jets. And now federal government wants to buy. And you said no. Then let your federal government be what? Be driving the Okada now. Then you'll be happy. It will be good. So when you are talking about being reasonable, Nigeria, because that's why I said in the beginning of this conversation that it is difficult to talk with
Nigeria.
No, not Nigeria, with anybody that has his sight
On his side.
in his eyes.
Okay. Okay.
Or instead of having a sight in his mind. And it's also difficult to talk with people who are driven
My feelings.
by their feelings and sentiments. If you are, it's a waste of time. And that is a bunch of people we have in Nigeria.
I'm coming back.
And you are one of them. Because you people don't think deeply.
I'm coming back. Yes, I'm coming back. Subsidy is still being paid. What about this?
So you thank God now that possibly is still being paid.
Who are interested in investing in the country, stopping corruption.
So what does it say?
Okay. He's talking about corruption is still.
No, I don't understand. Everything is just put together like in a salad.
What then are the responsibility of the government to help people achieve their goal? No electricity, no security. So there are some responsibilities that is strictly meant for
No electricity, no security?
like what let me say they have 3 different laws, residual, I forgot the names now. There's a law that is strictly for government that government only can determine them. For example, security. Electricity is not yet fully given. States are still asking federal government to give them power to generate their own electricity.
It is not true.
They've not approved it for them.
It is not true.
How do you mean, sir?
Because they have approved it for them.
No. Lagos.
They have approved it for them.
No. Why then the states are not generating it?
Because they are lazy. Every state in Nigeria and every government is not supposed to be going to Abuja to collect any money at all. Every state and every governor in Nigeria is supposed to be his own independent country, generating his own money. And they will tell you that it is the federal government that's to blame. No. Only maybe 2. For example, can you imagine Southeast Nigeria, right? Southeast Nigeria, they have the richest people in Nigeria, some of them. And some cities like Nnewi, some cities like, the commercial city, Owerri, Onitsha. Those cities are having a lot of millionaires. But when it comes to taking taxes,
They have it.
Nnewi, for example, Anambra, for example, they said Anambra has more millionaires per square meter than in the whole of Africa.
Yeah, sure.
But they are only number 15 in income and tax in Nigeria. Ogun State alone has more internally generated revenue than all states of Southeast put together, despite all the millionaires. Selfishness is what's killing Nigeria. All those billionaires and millionaires in the East, they don't pay tax.
No,
They don't give anything back.
Yes, I've said this to you before. When I saw some things that government have put in place here, I was telling you that they're overcharging you.
Try here in this place to not to pay tax.
Somebody told me that it's the first.
But in Nigeria, you are smart when you can evade tax. The more tax you can evade in Nigeria,
It's better for you to carry drug
than not to pay tax. In fact, you get more punished when you evade tax here than if you kill somebody or if you rape somebody.
Yeah, she told me. She said it's better for you to murder.
Yes, than not to pay tax.
But this is what I want to say.
But if you start that in Nigeria, They will kill that Tinubu or whoever, whatever. They will kill that government.
Let me ask you one thing. Very important.
It is Nigerians that are killing their country. Nigerians are the problem. Any government we have today is a reflection of who we are.
Yes, sure.
Even all the all the policies, good policies, that you said government raise the price of this, of that, and they don't support people who are poor. Is it the government of Buhari started it? Then Tinubu continued. They started a whole humanitarian ministry of humanitarian affairs, just to cater for the poor of the poor.
Well, but not to get to the poor.
Very good. And they put a woman there who is talk. When you hear the woman talk finish, Edu or whatever they call her, Beta Edu or whatever. When you hear her talk finish, you will think poverty has ended in Nigeria. She was supposed to be responsible for poverty alleviation. You know what she was doing? The thing, not that the government don't give her the money. They gave back. So how can you be Tinubu for? And you think she's the only one? Maybe it's a bad egg. The one. The one that was there before. The same thing. And until they have to close that, they liquidate completely this old ministry. Anything you give to Nigeria to take care of their fellow human being, of their fellow citizens, governors, local government, we are the greatest enemy. We are worse. We ordinary Nigerians are worse
than the government. No doubt.
But we will be pointing finger.
No.
Not at ourselves.
I am pointing fingers.
Not at ourselves.
No, dear say, we cannot take responsibility of a person who has canvassed for my vote, who has told me I can take this country to the next point.
No, but in this continent in Europe, anybody can campaign anything they want. If you don't pay tax, you don't even have right to talk.
Let me explain.
First of all, they have to ask you, where is your tax paper?
Let me explain. If government, for one thing I want to ask is this. I know I told you today that why are they double charging us when we enter train from here, want to come out, we pay him, you want to go out again, we pay out. And I told you, I said, if people get the service, they will not be, there's no problem for doing all these things. If people see the government commitment, I keep on saying it, Nigeria will do all these things you said. Though. If they see the government commitment to the development of the people, they are not saying give us food, but let our children have a school to go to. Either at the state level or a federal level, if people can trace and they can see the commitment of a governor. For example, this guy in Abia State now, who just got elected to governorship board, the guy is doing so great now in that state. And people are running, everybody are willing to stand up and area a market who happen to be the dung of devil, of evil. They are willing to compromise to go along with the law they make because they saw a government who committed to them. Our government will tell us that there is a future for us. But the way they are living does not show they are taking us anywhere.
Why should you bother yourself about the way somebody is living?
We need to bother. We need to bother.
You start with yourself.
No. This is it. We work in the system. I came to this Europe, right? I came from Nigeria, where we all run after bus and hold the bus. Where we all take our time and say, I will get there now 1 hour later. But when I came to this system, it's either I fit to the system or I am left out. It's not the responsibility of the citizen that make it happen. Some people created that system that every citizen must fit into. So if I live your life to you, live my life to me, live my life, why do I need to pay you tax? If my life is left to me, if I'm supposed to create, to produce my water, I'm supposed to generate my electricity, I'm supposed to do everything I needed, why do I need to give you a task? Some people need to even, parents are the one hiring teacher in their schools. In the community schools, I'm part of them. I'm paying for...
What I'm saying is that who are those people in government? It is not only Tinubu now.
I'm not saying it's not only Tinubu.
These are Nigerians. I'm saying these are Nigerians.
You supported APC, right?
Yes.
You campaigned for APC.
Yes.
And these are people in power. They should be responsible for this country.
Yes.
If I give money to a ministry, for example, if you become a president, DSA, Will you say because I have given money to Ministry of Humanitarian, they've embezzled it so it's ended there?
No.
Aha. So people should be responsible for what they are elected
The
to do.
government will do policies. But like John Kennedy says, don't ask what your country can do for you.
What can you do for the country?
Yes, but ask what you can do for your country.
But before he said so, the country have done so many things for their children. Before he came to say that kind of a thing, they have given their children the platform where they can develop their skill. We are speaking about people, young boys who are making money, who are making true money, which is true. I'm not doubting it. But what is the percentage of people who have access to skill in Nigeria? How many percent can boast that because I've gone to school, I have skill? Many of them suffer to go to this school. When we graduate, there's no skill. Even when you have the skill, where is the job? If you want to start up something small, sometimes you need to go and work somewhere to raise something before you start something. There's nothing on ground. Government has a major role to show people the directions.
You think they are not showing direction?
I think so. I think they are not showing.
Okay, when they talk about go to the farm, is that no direction?
Okay, dear sir, I have been to
My
this
cousin
country.
went and
I have
did
been to
it,
this country
and
also.
it worked for him.
I have been to this country also. I've seen farmers who are growing their vegetable around their vicinities. But I've not seen any of them who carry hoes and cutlass clearing the land. How many acres of land will I do with my cutlass? If government provide a tractor, if it's
Why should the government be the one to provide?
Okay.
Who tells you that here is government that is providing?
No, I want to say, if government is not providing for farmers here, if government is not providing for farmers here, they have facilities. They have loans somewhere. There are places they can go to and get money. But in our home country, they have a ministry, we have an agricultural bank. I have applied for loan before from them.
Is it Tinubu that is there?
If Tinubu created it,
is it not Nigerians who are there?
I'm not exonerating.
Even the government will put.
I'm not exonerating Nigerians from their own faults. But today is not
That
for
is
Nigerians.
the corruption.
Yesterday we spoke about Nigerians. Today we are speaking about government. Particularly the people you wrote articles for. My people, let me. Okay, Linda Vicky said, yes, we have to bother because we look up to them to see how serious they are committing to their work. Yeah. You know something earlier on, I think he was asking a question. Let me see, Vicky knows something before. So, sir, you mean the government is never not to be blamed for anything, but only the people? Yeah, very good question.
It's 50-50.
50-50.
Yes.
I agree with you on that. So let's look at the 50 parts of the APC people that is ruling us right now. When Buhari came, 8 years, Buhari used 8 years to stabilize the economy. 4 years was not enough to stabilize it. He used 8 years to stabilize the economy. When Tinubu came, if the economy was stabilized, why do Tinubu need to also go this route?
It's because it's leading to build the future. What the steps that Tinubu is taking now are responsible for building a better tomorrow.
And you sure this will lead us to a better tomorrow?
Yes.
How?
I see it.
How do you see it? Yes.
That's why it's not enough to just see what you can see with your physical eyes. Remember what I started with.
Mm-hmm.
People who have their sight in their eyes, they shouldn't bother. They should only complain and cry about the price of rice. But people who have their sight in their head or in their mind, they see what I see.
People who have this sight in their eyes, they are the one who could not afford those rice.
Yes.
The rice.
Yes, they
are
can't.
the one whose children will cry to bed at night
Yes.
and without food.
Yes, they can't.
And you think it's okay?
I think it's not okay, but I think they can change it themselves.
How?
Just like my cousin went to the farm and changed it for himself.
Your cousin was able to have a land to farm.
Yes. He didn't buy it. He went to just agree with the people.
At least.
So what he's getting is sharing with people.
Okay, good. So your cousin could make agreement or even sponsor himself from Lagos to transport to. But there are people who live, and they are I'm not talking about few. I'm talking about the largest number of Nigerians who perhaps may want to do this farming, who may want to plant at least males. but they don't even have a land. They
Uh,
cannot even find one. They cannot negotiate for one.
but those are not the ones who are complaining.
They are the one who are. They are the one who will queue at local government to receive just one tin of rice. They call it palliative. And when for example, I received
You share it to your.
I was trying to share it.
You have to share it to your
I
personal.
was trying to share it. I didn't find a way to share it.
I found a way to share it.
Like, I'm doing live now. You're supposed to give me an option of share, but I cannot find where to share or something.
I shared.
Where?
I was able to share it.
I don't know. People now that I cannot find any comment again. Let me type again. Maybe that the comment will come up. Hello. I think he was trying to find out where we are. Yes. Okay, I can see your comment now. All right. So DSA, there are people. I forgot the line of my thought. There are people who are willing to do all these things called farming or whatever. But how many of us have opportunity to have a land where you can farm?
It doesn't have to be land alone. Many other opportunities are there to engage in.
Like what?
Like, for example, I know Togolese who are coming to Nigeria and they are making millions where Nigerians are complaining. I know Benin people, Republic of Benin, who are coming to Nigeria and they are taking money back to their countries and they are rejoicing about it. I know Guineans and Cameroonians who are doing the same. They are becoming millionaires. Gambians, they are saying, and YouTubes are there on YouTube. I saw these things on YouTube. They are saying Nigeria is our own London. Why Nigerians are running away Japan? You know what they are doing? They bring skills. They are able to do plumbing. Some of them are able to do finishing. Mm-hmm. Some of them are doing clothes.
And they are doing it
They are doing it well.
Yes, I agree.
Are they not human beings?
They are human beings.
They don't even speak English, some of them. Mm-hmm. And they are making millions. Where Nigerians are crying. So, my brother, it's not only government alone.
We are not here to talk
I went
about,
to Ghana. I went to Ghana last year. Let Ghanaians call in and tell you the price. The prices in Ghana is 3 times that of Nigeria, whereas the salary is on the same level. Ghana, that everybody is talking about. The things are more expensive there by far. Cameroon, Ivory Coast. I was also in Ivory Coast last year. Things are more, in fact, but they came there with me. So when you go down, he was not buying anything. I said, why are you not buying anything? Say, no, now I know that Nigeria, I would wait. I would rather go and buy it at home. His eyes open. So all those West Africans, something, Nigeria prices are much more better. Kenya, go there and try. South Africa, go there and try. Nigeria prices are still better off, even though salary is, than most of the African countries.
In as much as this thing is painful for us to witness right now, that's truth. The truth is very, very painful. But people won't not be crying this way. If the government in power right now are living as an example, that's the point I'm putting to you. That the will of the people who are ruling us is not in correlation with the things they said we are going to go through. They are living large their life.
They are not.
For somebody to renovate a deputy governor's house, vice president's house with over 9 billion naira. Mm-hmm. For House of Rep members to be buying a vehicle that's about 200, don't let me say 200 something million or something, bulletproof to tire.
I think personally that government, especially people in the House of Representatives and senators and governors, they are ruining Nigeria. I believe so. But I also believe that they are not the only ones. For example, I know that the government pay for people to go to pilgrimage to Mecca. For if that money you are talking about, they are not giving to human beings. They are giving to people to go to Mecca or to go to Jerusalem.
Who give them? Government.
The government. than this is a policy that has been there for years.
If government saying I'm not doing it, it's not a law.
If the government said they will not do it, it's a political thing. They will get a problem.
Yes.
Is it not Nigeria who create that problem for them?
It's not better for the government to say, I want to get problem than doing the wrong thing.
Because, it's like egg and hen. Or it's like hen and egg. They say which one should come first.
Okay, Loda Adewi, civil servants are more corrupt.
You see?
Than the politicians.
Thank you. This is the point I'm making.
I agree with that. That every politician learns corruption from civil servants.
And who are the civil servants?
They are the people.
And the Nigerians know the enemies of themselves.
We will not because of that.
Because when you talk about APC, is civil servant APC. Civil servant APC.
I agree with you that
your country is corrupt. The people are corrupt.
Yes,
the problem is the
name.
people of your people.
Yes.
Your people is the problem.
I agree with you. But today is not for the people. Yesterday we spoke about people. Yesterday. Today is for the because we have two categories. There are people
it is 50% responsibility of the government and 50% responsibility.
So we have spoken about people yesterday. We didn't touch government yesterday. Today we are touching government. And you wrote long articles. Why did you even not support Peter Obi? Why?
Because I knew he was not competent.
You didn't support him because he was not competent?
He was not competent.
Or he was not going to win?
No, because he was not competent.
The man has been a successful businessman.
I worked that he would not win. Because I knew if he won, it is finished for the country.
Igbo people are hearing you.
Yes. I'm telling the truth. The truth is
Are you not afraid of making more enemies?
The truth is my only friend.
Okay.
And the truth is my only priority. I worked hard for Peter Obi to fail. Because I know that if he had succeeded, he would have ruined Nigeria. He's not qualified. He's not competent enough. His competency is not good enough. It's not even good enough to be a governor. He was a governor 2 times. What did this do? It's not a stand-up governor. If there is any Igbo person that could become governor, president, that I think is competent, I will vote for Solido to become president. Or she's not, I don't know if she's Igbo or not, Ngozi Iweala. Or the assistant speaker, the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives now, Kano something, Benjamin Kano. There are a lot of people who are more competent for me among the Igbo people than Peter Obi. Peter Obi is too weak. He's a weakling. Yes, sir. Yes, Papa, he was saying. Yes, Daddy, or yes, Papa. This is what he's going to be doing as governor. And he will fight everybody. The guy is not matured.
But don't take his meekness. Don't take his meekness.
It's not meekness. It's weakling. He's weakling. He's a weakling. He's not strong enough. He's not fit. He cannot build a team. Look what is happening in his team.
Battery.
We have to continue the thing tomorrow also.
Battery is about to go, but we are still here. So, DSA, you think the present government or political
is the best thing that could happen to Nigeria?
No.
It's my opinion. If you can say it's not.
It's your own opinion.
Yes.
But in my own opinion, they are the one that has the best chance to win, but they are not the best you can have.
The best person that could manage Nigeria now is the president that we have right now. We are lucky as a country to have him. To have Tinubu. Every Nigerian should be praying for him to succeed.
I think
Nigeria is the most blessed.
You are not right for Nigeria, right?
Nigeria is the most blessed country in Africa for having Tinubu as president. Every country in Africa will be happy to have Tinubu as their president. We are happy.
With the suffering that people are facing.
Yes, despite the suffering. Because after the suffering will come the light.
But this is what we were told when Buhari came.
Yes.
That the fuel, everything, food prices jumped up.
Yes.
You were told after the suffering
Yes.
will come the light.
Yes.
We finished the 8 years
And
tenure.
I see light after Buhari.
Where is the light?
For example, in December, when Buhari was there, the first few years it was there, but the last 4 years or 6 years of Buhari's reign, I didn't see lines and queues in December when people want to go to the East or go to Christmas. It was every year before then in Nigeria, and that's not the only one. When Buhari was there, before Buhari came, nobody was talking about trains and, from roads and things. People were not paying attention. The infrastructure for road and rail and things like that, the budget was less than 1%. And even that one, I knew people during Jonathan something. They were calling their friends and relatives in Europe and give them contract to award road. And when these people want to do the road, they say, are you serious? You don't know we're just giving you the contract. Just take 30%, give me 70%. They were not even planning to go and do anything. All that stuff because of Buhari. I see light because I analyze. I do critical thinking. I don't just see the physical things that people see with their eyes. That is why I say it is irrelevant for me to talk and be discussing with people who have that sight in their eyes.
But the point is, there's a woman called Yakim somewhere. There's a man called Baba Bola somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
These are people who doesn't understand that the revenue, the debt reduce, the embezzled money was discovered. They only understand they are able to go to hospital.
But that Mama Akim,
yes,
should be thankful to Buhari and to Tinubu.
No, she cannot be thankful because what she can feel right now is pain. And she has been feeling it for the past 8 years.
That Mama Akim should be thankful to Buhari and to Tinubu that thanks to their efforts, we are not where Venezuela is now. And we are not where Zimbabwe was. We are not where other countries and around the world who were in the same place where we could have been. Things would have been 10 times or 100 times worse. That is what that Mama.
We are not where those people are, but we could have not. We might not have been here if these people have done better.
Yes, we might not have been here if not only these people have done better, if many, many previous governments have done better.
No, the point is,
what we are having today is not as a result. Anything you see today is not because of what just happened today. If you get sick today, it's not because of what happened today. It's because of the cumulative effect of how you have lived your life in the past few years. So everything you are seeing in Nigeria right now is a result of failures of many generations. And the people who have inherited those failures now, I see that they are trying to correct it and to put this about. This is why I said, Tinubu is a blessing to Nigeria.
Do you agree that Tinubu is a blessing to Nigeria? Drop a comment. Let me see your comment, your opinion.
Is the greatest leader we could have right now. Is the best blessing.
So this is just to mean that we are going to have DSA again tomorrow. If you DSA, we have the time. I don't know.
We'll see.
If DSA, we have the time, we will have him tomorrow and we'll find a way to hijack him somewhere and discuss this matter again. So this rather say religious is another wolves.
Yes.
Scammer.
Yes.
Well,
they are worse than government.
We discussed this one yesterday. This is not religion.
But she's talking correct. That woman.
She didn't do it yesterday. So she would have said this one yesterday. Tinubu, no. I think this woman is also APC.
She's not APC. She's just telling the truth.
So Tinubu, she says Tinubu, no. Of course. One would be saying that, looking at Nigeria and say, when the government are coming to power, they come with a manifesto. And they present this manifesto to us that this is what I'm going to be achieving in 8 years. Or in 4 years, if you give me the chance. That becomes a social contract. That is, if you come into power, your manifesto becomes a contract between us and you. And it's those things you say you achieve, they are enough for us to say you have failed or you have passed.
When Tinubu came to power in Lagos, I myself visited Nigeria, and I was so disappointed after his first 4 years. I thought there is no government in this country. What is he doing?
But he did nothing.
But after 8 years
He did not.
of Buhari, of Tinubu being
Yes.
there, I saw the difference.
No.
Then when the successor to him that he put there,
Yeah.
I saw a whole lot of things. And that successor was the first one to admit that I have not done anything new. It is all master plan that my predecessor put in place. The same thing. It takes more time to lay the foundation. It takes harder work. You might not see the result when foundations have been laid. But later on, that is what I see Tinubu doing. We will see the result.
What we kept on seeing
Because what we see in Lagos now is as a result of the foundation he has laid. Also with Nigeria, is laying foundation now. In many years to come, we will see the fruits.
Well, I think we're getting close to something. Lakers said, DSA, this is the same thing you said about Buhari. And he underperformed.
Yes.
I just hope he can do all what he is saying. He can do all what he is saying. May Nigeria succeed.
Amen.
Well, that's exactly what this guy is saying.
Yes, yes.
Buhari that you talk about then, he finished. And one will say this man cannot even be scored 50%. But I want to say Tinubu has the greatest opportunity any president has ever had. Because the man is a strategist. He practically has planted himself in different political arms, in legislative, in judiciary, in executive.
No, we
arms.
are blessed to have him.
So the man has every support in him.
Anybody that says that Tinubu is not who we need today has to be blind, and blind again. He's blind in his mind, he's blind in his eyes, he's blind in his ears, he's blind everywhere. Anybody who says
what is
Tinubu,
Tinubu doing to us now? He's removing everything.
Yes.
What is the benefit of being a citizen? Children of this country who does not have a job, they are getting.
Go and become a Ghanaian.
Why doesn't become a Ghanaian?
And compare the prices.
No, me and Ghanaians are not the same level.
Okay. Just go and visit. Go and visit Ivory Coast. And compare. Or go and visit Kenya. Nigerians don't also compare things. They only feel their own. That's why I said it is irrelevant to try to talk with people who are just driven by passion and by sentiments. They don't have time to compare, to reason, to bring empirical evidences out of things. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you so much.
All right, everyone. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here today. Tomorrow, I'll find a way to hijack DSA again. So watch out for this platform. I will not be able to put the time. I don't know when it's going to be chance tomorrow. DSA, do you have any time you want to?
I don't know. I have an appointment tomorrow. Some people are coming from Canada to see me.
Okay. Okay, so I don't know when, but I hope we'll be able to see him and find a way to talk to him tomorrow. Then anytime we come online, I think you'll get the notifications. But today has been very, very fruitful. And
but what you did today is not good because you were there yesterday and you said we were coming out today.
Yes.
And then you went and switched it to another channel.
I announced the platform.
No, people normally, nobody is going to be shaking banner now. People normally will go to where they were yesterday. Because you said I'm coming today. So people will just go.
Because one of the reasons I came here is that this would send notification to many of my followers.
But you brought confusion to people.
Okay. Okay. So tomorrow, if I'm coming live, I'll come on this platform.
Okay. Then you have to begin to announce that and let people know.
If I'm coming live tomorrow, come back on this platform. Just watch out. I don't know the time now. If I'm able to get the time before that, I also announce on my platform and on this platform. See you tomorrow. We'll continue the discussion with DSA. Thank you very much.
Peace.